If you've ever been curious about contamination in your drinking water, you may have heard your municipality insist that it's in compliance. They're failing to mention the various harmful, unregulated contaminants that are in their water system. What does being in compliance actually mean for your water? We'll start by giving a bit of context. The Clean Water Act and the Safe Drinking Water Act establish regulations for roughly 90 contaminants found in water sources all across the nation. While these federal regulations are great, they are in no way comprehensive. Definitions and details matter when talking about water quality regulation, and we'll do our best to add some clarity in this video. There are two types of limits that are typically cited by regulatory agencies and environmental groups: enforceable limits and unenforceable limits. If you see or hear the term maximum contaminant level, or MCL, they're talking about an enforceable limit, while maximum contaminant level goal, or MCLG, health goals, and health advisory levels are non-enforceable limits. It may seem obvious, but there are no consequences for exceeding enforceable limits. The way that water quality problems play out in public can also be confusing, sometimes intentionally. For example, a media story was critical of the presence of a chemical called Gen X in Wilmington's water supply. The municipal water provider tried to put residents' minds at ease by claiming to be in compliance with all regulatory standards. Here's the problem. Gen X is not a regulated chemical, so it's impossible for a municipality to be out of compliance for its presence in the water. Compliance also becomes more complicated in the case of lead for a couple of reasons. First, the 15 parts per billion threshold the EPA uses for lead regulation has nothing to do with human health. The CDC, American Academy of Pediatrics, and EPA recognize that there is no safe level of lead, especially for children. Number two, EPA's lead and copper rule also allows up to 10% of the taps sampled in the city to be over the 15 parts per billion action level. Number three, even if more than 10% of the taps sampled are over the 15 parts per billion threshold, the city is still in compliance if they take the basic steps to inform the public of the problem, even if the fix is years away. For example, Portland, Oregon, and Pittsburgh are currently in exceedance of EPA's lead and copper rule, but are still considered to be compliant with the regulations because they issued the necessary disclosures. As you can see, this quick video shows that compliance isn't as simple as safe or unsafe. In the article below, we'll provide a lot more information on the federal regulations and how these types of things have played out in the public eye. Thanks so much for watching. Click here to subscribe and click here for more videos just like this.